on the most brilliant
Oh,
explanation of how the application of strategy that has ever been spoken.
yep.
Well, like I mean, to the point there of like what, like where are we drawing the line with strategy, operations, and tactics? And I think the military really loves to kind of try to bin them out differently. There is a ton of overlap, but then you look at like what are the things that strategy can do that tactics cannot. Strategy can provide you a direction. Tactics can't, like, don't necessarily provide you an overall direction. And I brought it up in guide training the other day, but I just love the quote of, you can be the complete package, but if you wind up in the wrong place at the wrong address, you're still going to get returned to sender. Um, and so, like, to me, that really speaks to,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, like you have to have that direction. And like, once you get to where you're going, or if you're on the path to where you're going, you have to be able to do things well. You have to have operational efficiency. You have to execute well. Like, bring up the example of Athens and Sparta. One of my kind of like tweaks with Porter, and like for sure, I mean, he's like Harvard Business School professor, so I'd expect him to write about business, but it just seems so corporate focused, and just we're focused on businesses and markets and value, and delivering value, creating value for shareholders. It kind of gets a little like maybe capitalistic, or it's like it's all about the money. For sure we can define value other ways, but like I'm so curious, like we read Sun Tzu, and the Art of War, and these just like seminal works that have described like history and approaches to things, and sometimes even down to tactics. If you go to Miyamoto Musashi in the Book of Five Rings, where he's like way more tactically focused, but like these things have lasted for like hundreds, if not thousands of years, because they're so widely applicable in different areas. So I'm curious where else might you see Porter, whether it's competitive strategy and the frameworks he has in there, or the five forces, where do those apply in other places than just business and making value? Like the outdoors, we use the outdoors as kind of an avatar for practicing leadership and a lot of these things. Does it apply there?
Yeah, that's a great question. To me, I agree. It's very business centric. If you read Porter and you're not leading in or running a business, it's probably not going to resonate